As the global chip shortage bites, we're seeing more and more cars get delayed, either in their initial launch or their delivery to customers. And pretty much every automaker around the world has been impacted in some way or another. Volkswagen has already found the need to push back deliveries of some of its cars, but now it's actually withdrawn the Volkswagen ID.3 Pure from its online configuration tool in Europe, citing chip shortages as the reason. The most affordable version of the ID.3 made, Volkswagen has opted to freeze orders for it while the chip shortage rages, instead focusing on producing higher-end and higher-ticket ID.3s instead. This isn't exactly uncommon. For example, Tesla will deliver you a brand new Tesla Model 3 Performance or Model Y Performance in as little as 6 weeks, but the entry-level long-range variants ordered now won't arrive for more than 6 months. But for Volkswagen, a company that's seeking to make electric vehicles for the millions, not millionaires, this is a sad move. Luckily though, the difference between the entry-level ID.3 and the next model up is only a few €1,000, not 10,000 or more. For those of us living in North America, it's hard to believe a world where the Tesla Model Y isn't available to buy. But for most Tesla fans living outside of North America and China, that is still the reality nearly 18 months after Model Y deliveries began. But thanks to increased production at Giga Shanghai, where Tesla is now making in excess of 1,000 Model Ys per day, deliveries are starting to begin in mainland Europe, with the first Model Y customers getting their cars last week. Originally, Tesla had planned to only begin Model Y deliveries in Europe and China when production at their respective local factories was in full swing. But with continuing construction, red tape delays at Giga Berlin in Germany, Tesla has begun shipping Chinese-built Model Y cars to Europe. Last month, an estimated 8,000 Model Ys were exported from Giga Shanghai, with most of those expected to arrive in Europe in the coming weeks. As for those in right-hand drive countries, well, sadly, you're not going to get your car yet, as right now only left-hand drive Model Ys are being produced. Like many automakers bringing new electric vehicles to market, Rivian has found itself suffering setbacks due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, which has not only helped to cause the global microchip shortage, but has also impacted everything from vehicle testing to final production line preparation. Over the past few weeks, Rivian has begun sharing videos of its first customers getting behind the wheel of the R1T for the very first time, all on a closed course, and we're expecting news outlets will be gaining access to the R1T in the near future, with official deliveries due to begin next month. And according to the company CEO, RJ Scaringe, there's only one final piece to fall into place before deliveries can officially begin: final approvals from the US government. Those approvals, which we'd assume would be from the US EPA and National Traffic Highway Safety Administration, are required before any car can be officially sold. And while essentially just red tape right now, does mean that deliveries really are imminent, when that final paperwork has been signed, of course. This year, we've seen plenty of automakers delay the delivery of vehicles as the COVID-19 caused microprocessor shortage hits the auto industry, and pretty much every electric car has been impacted, from the Volkswagen ID.3 to the Tesla Model Y. Ford is another victim of the chip shortage, telling customers they've now got an estimated 6 months to wait before their newly ordered cars are delivered. But for those who've ordered the Mustang Mach-E GT when it was revealed nearly 2 years ago, the long wait is nearly over. While Ford unveiled the Mustang Mach-E GT back in late 2019, it never intended to launch until the regular Mustang Mach-E had been on sale a significant amount of time, with customers told to expect their Mustang Mach-E GTs to arrive by fall 2021. But for some lucky owners, their cars arrived 2 weeks earlier than expected. With more power and more performance than the previously range-topping Mustang Mach-E Premium, the Mach-E GT can do the stoplight sprint in as little as 3.5 seconds. The Porsche Taycan has now been on sale for 2 full model years, and as I'm sure you're more than aware, that's a long time in the world of electric vehicles. So, in an attempt to ensure its Taycan family remains fresh and relevant for the 2022 model year, Porsche has made a couple of important tweaks to its flagship premium electric sports sedan. While the Taycan has always supported Apple CarPlay, it didn't support Android Auto. That's been fixed for the 2022 model year. Additionally, Porsche says it's adding remote park assist to the Taycan. essentially the same as Tesla's autopilot parking mojo. When it comes to charging, Porsche says that the Taycan will also feature turbocharging, a feature designed to heat up the battery pack ahead of charging to maximize charging efficiency. And in a throwback to Porsche's vibrant paint job of the late 90s, you can now also order your Porsche Taycan in a variety of colors that are either garish or vibrant, depending on whom you ask. Ever since news of the Chevrolet Bolt fire recall hit the headlines, plenty of you have been reaching out asking us for advice on how to use your own Bolt EV or indeed how to initiate a buyback or MSRP swap. We've given you plenty of tips on the latter, but for the former we've always referred people to GM's official advice, not to charge beyond 90% full and not to discharge your car's battery below 70 miles remaining range indicated, which is about 30% SOC, or indeed park indoors. But data from Recurrent, a third-party telematics specialist, suggests that as many as 30% of Bolt EV owners are ignoring GM's advice and charging up to full and down below the recommended limit regardless. It examined data from more than 1,000 Bolt EV owners signed up for its free service to reach this conclusion. But of course, there is a massive caveat. I'd guess most people signed up to Recurrent are nerdy types who want extra data on their battery health, like me, and may view the small possibility of a fire as a risk worth taking. Unless you are a total EV nerd or you happen to subscribe to the wonderful Aging Wheels YouTube channel, the chances are you've never heard of the Mia EV, a diminutive, quirky vehicle from Europe that went into production for a very limited amount of time between 2011 and 2013. But the vehicle itself was terribly built and just couldn't compete against mainstream vehicles like the Nissan Leaf and Renault Zoe, leading to Mia declaring bankruptcy in 2014. Yet now it's back, with Fox Automotive Switzerland announcing this week that the Mia will return as the Fox e-mobility Mia 2.0 sometime in 2023. The new vehicle is expected to have a lot of the original design language return, including that central driving position. Let's hope the driving experience is improved, because as Robert from Aging Wheels has shown, it's quite terrible. Thanks, Robert, for letting us use your footage here. You rock.